Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudhara. Harinam Sankirtan Yagati Jaya. Hare Krishna. So welcome you all. Anybody new? I was expecting 2 more new guests. They called me up, so I had sent address. Okay, so Shita Mataji, maybe 1 or 2 new devotees will join. So I have shared your number. Yes, yes, ma'am. How many of you have attended Rath Yatra or have seen Rath Yatra earlier? Okay, so most of you haven't seen it. But you know about Rath Yatra, right? Chariot, Festival of Chariot, which happens in Odisha every year. So Lord Jagannath, he comes out of his temple and seated on a chariot, he just mercifully gives darshan to everyone. So that is the purpose of Krishna, Lord Jagannath. You can see the form. So beautiful form of Lord Jagannath along with, who is there? Along with Lord Krishna. The black form with big eyes, he is Krishna himself. And in white form you see Baladev, Krishna's brother. And in between who is there? Subhadra. Who is Subhadra? Sister. Krishna Balaram's sister, Subhadra is there. So this form, especially like we know from Brahma Samhita also, Nana Avatara Akarodu. Krishna, he takes different incarnation, different form. And he appeared with a particular purpose. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. This is external reason. He appeared to protect his devotees and to destroy the miscreants. That is the purpose. And the internal purpose, the real purpose is to attract his devotees, doing some kind of activity which is very attractive. Krishna is all attractive. His pastimes very, very attractive. So also, yes, simply by his darshan, he can deliver the suffering souls in this material world. So that is the purpose of Krishna appearing in this world. So especially about Lord Jagannath, because when it comes to initial stages, even my personal experience also, when it comes to the form of Krishna, we know that yes, Krishna is Shyam Sundar form, having flute in hand. But when it comes to any other form like Lord Jagannath, it's very difficult to accept in initial stages that how Krishna can be like this. So this is not something, some mental speculation that somebody decided that Krishna should look like this. It's not like that. All these different forms we see, that is based on scripture, that is mentioned in scriptures. So especially when we talk about Lord Jagannath, and his abode is Purushottam Kshetra. Today it is known as Orissa. So Purushottam Kshetra is the another name of Lord is Purushottam. He is the supreme person, so he is known as Purushottam. So Purushottam Kshetra, we hear about this in Skanda Puran. Many other Puranas, Narad Puran, Karma Puran, Matsya Puran, wherein we find description about Lord Jagannath, Jagannath Puri, or Purushottam Kshetra. And especially Skanda Puran, we find detail about this Purushottam Kshetra. So glory of Purushottam Kshetra. So it is mentioned that in Skanda Puran that when Lord created this material world, the first creator of this universe is Lord Krishna himself. It's a detailed discussion But just to cut it short, we know that whatever material ingredients is required to create this material world, that is given by Krishna himself. So Krishna, in the form of Mahavishnu, he created innumerable material universes, and also the living entity, just by his glance only, he just, all the material, the living entities, they entered into the Mahatattva. This is all detail about, but the point is, the first creator is Krishna himself, and the second creator, who is him? Second creator? Lord Brahma. So Lord Krishna, in the form of Mahavishnu, he gave all the ingredients, knowledge and ability to create this material world. And Lord Brahma, using all those ingredients and the process, knowledge, everything, he started creating this material world. And when he was creating, or we can say somebody who is the creator of this material world, he knows the nature of this material world. What is the nature of this material world? We heard many a times. What is the nature of this material world? Krishna, in 2 words, he is defining the nature of this material world. Dukhalayam, and second is Ashashvatam. It's a place of suffering, and it's a temporary place, not permanent, not eternal. So when Lord Brahma was contemplating on it, that the creation which I am doing, it's full of miseries. So much of suffering is there. Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atmik, these are different kinds of problems. Sometimes too much heat, sometimes too much cold, and so many other sufferings related to body, related to mind. So much of suffering is there. So he was very much concerned about it, not happy. What kind of creation I'm doing? And the living entity is going to suffer in this material world. So out of compassion, he was just praying to Lord Vishnu. Just please tell me, is there any way these people can be saved from suffering? Or is there any place, where people can be relieved from the cycle of birth and death? So Vishnu, with the prayer of Lord Brahma, he appeared and he told him that there is a place on this earth, and that place is known as Purushottam Kshetra. And in that place, I will appear as Neela Madhav. So Krishna himself will appear as Neela Madhav. In Purushottam Kshetra, there is a beautiful mountain, blue mountain, that is known as Nilachal Parvat, Nilachal mountain. And on that Nilachal mountain, I will appear as Neela Madhav, along with my eternal consort, Lakshmi. And anybody simply having darshan of this form, means Neela Madhav darshan, will be delivered from all kinds of suffering. And also, a story goes like, so this Neel Madhav is under a banyan tree, and there was a nearby lake that was known as Rohini Lake. And a crow somehow just came to that place and just touched the water of that Rohini Lake, and immediately that crow was transformed into 4-handed Vishnu form, and he was immediately delivered to Vaikuntha planet. Seeing this, Yamaraj, the god of death, he was a bit disturbed, because his job is to punish all these sinful people. And he said, when he also appeared in that place, when Lord Brahma was praying, and Lord Brahma, he got benediction, or he was informed by Lord Vishnu that Neel Madhav is there. Simply by having darshan of Neel Madhav, people will be delivered. Even any sinful people, they will be delivered. So Yamaraj, he thought, this is a great disturbance in my business, because my job is to punish these sinful people. And see anybody sinful simply coming to this place, having just darshan or simply touching the water of this Rohini lake, will be delivered. Then what is the use of my job? What I am going to do here? So Goddess Lakshmi, she just explained the glories of Purushottam Kshetra. And she said, because any of the demigods like Lord Brahma or Yamaraj, they have no business in this Kshetra. And many other pastimes she started explaining. Especially she spoke about that how glorious this place is. Even our Acharya, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, he is in one of his book, he is explaining about the glories of Purushottam Kshetra. And what he is saying that anybody simply sleeping over there, you do nothing, just go and sleep in Orissa. And what he's saying that simply if somebody is sleeping over there, sleeping is compared as yoga nidra. Somebody is doing full yoga process. He will get the benefit of doing yoga simply by sleeping. If somebody is speaking over there, speaking means he is reciting the hymns of the Vedas. Simply walking over there means you are doing all the parikrama of Asthan, all the holy places. Tirthayatra is done simply by walking. Even if you go extreme, what is saying somebody is eating fish. So eating fish means is not eating fish, but it is havisha. Havisha is like sacred, the offerings to the Lord. That is. But we cannot take as words. Means this is what we have to understand. This is the glories of that place, that even somebody is engaged in such kind of activity, still he is glorious. And also it is mentioned that the people in that area, whoever is there, not only human beings, even animals, birds, beasts, they are all Vishnu forms. The demigods, when they see from their planets on earth, especially in this Purushottam Kshetra, so they see that all the birds, beasts, they are all not ordinary living entities, they are Vishnus. They are different forms of Vishnus are there. So this is, and also Goddess Lakshmi, in further glorification, she is talking about Markandeya Rishi. That Markandeya Rishi, he got benediction from Narayan Rishi in Badrik Ashram. And the benediction was a good lifespan. Can you imagine how long? So he was given a benediction to stay for 7 kalpas. So 7 kalpa is like 1 day of Brahma is called, 1 day and 1 night is called 1 kalpa. So you can imagine, we'll not go in detail because we have less time. So it is like 3 billion, 1100 trillion years. This is called 1 day of Brahma. This 10,000 Chatur Yuga. Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. All these different yugas, they have their own span. Right? And one cycle, that is called 1 Chatur Yuga. Similarly, 71 Chatur Yuga is called 1 Manvantar. All these are big calculations, but in a nutshell, 311 billion and 40 million years. This is 1 day of Brahma, and same period is of night, Brahma's night. And this 1 day and 1 night is called 1 kalpa. And he got benediction to live for 7 kalpas. Inconceivable, right? We cannot imagine it. So anyway, yes. So finally, daytime was good, and when night is there, in that night what happens? Devastation, full devastation. Everything submerged into water. So in that time, Markandeya Muni was struggling hard because it was cold water and big waves and so many, and it is mentioned Timingala whale fish, big fishes. So he was just struggling hard, and somehow he reached to a place, an island, and on that island he could see a small boy. You must have seen this picture. Krishna, a small baby Krishna, holding his toe in his mouth. Have you seen that on a leaf? So that is the form Markandeya Rishi he could see. And just by seeing this form of Krishna on that island, he got relieved from all kinds of sufferings. Our Acharyas say that suffering in this material world is always there. It doesn't mean that in devotees' life suffering will be there. But they will be not touched. They will be unaffected with this kind of suffering. So just by having darshan of beautiful form of the Lord, Markandeya Rishi was relieved from all kinds of suffering. And when Lord appeared, so many other things are there. It was the benediction when Lord appeared, and he just gave benediction to Markandeya Muni, Markandeya Rishi, that you can stay in this place. This is Purushottam Kshetra. And even there is a full devastation, this place will always exist. Right? So even complete pralaya, full devastation is there, but Purushottam Kshetra is always going to be there. So Markandeya Muni, stayed over there, and he was always engaged in what a benediction he asked for. The benediction was pure devotional service, loving devotional service. So he was always absorbed in that mood. And so many other incidents also, Goddess Lakshmi explaining about the glories of this Purushottam Kshetra. Also one story she told about Lord Shiva, but in short, Lord Shiva, he is known as Kshetrapal. Have you heard this name? Protector of the Kshetra. So wherever, he also got benediction that wherever Lord Krishna is there, because Lord Shiva, this is another story, I'm not going into that, but he just took a benediction from Lord Krishna that wherever Lord Krishna is there, he wants him to become an associate of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna gave benediction that wherever I am, or my dham, you will be as my Kshetrapal. You will protect that dham. So you will see like Badrikashram or Bhuvaneshwar. So Lord Shiva is there as Kshetrapal. Without the mercy of Lord Shiva, we cannot get the mercy of Krishna. Right? So in this glorification, Goddess Lakshmi, she asked Lord Brahma that in future, King Indradyumna, he will appear and just help him to construct or to establish a temple, beautiful temple, and the deities of Neel Madhav. Just help him. So, going into background, this story actually, Vyasadeva, he is speaking about the history of this Purushottam Kshetra, about Jagannath Puri and Lord Jagannath. So, and this discussion is going between Jaimini Rishi and all other rishis. So, Jaimini Rishi is speaking about it. So, when other rishis, they heard about King Indradyumna, so they inquired, who is this King Indradyumna? So they inquired, and now Jaimini Rishi is speaking about King Indradyumna. And he is a pure devotee of the Lord, and he was always hankering always hankering for the darshan of the Lord. He was having everything, but only one desire, to have darshan of the Lord. He was having that great desire. And he was also very much aware that the purpose of life is self-realization. And he was thinking like, I'm engaged in so many things, but what is the use of my life if I do not get realization, if I do not have darshan of the Lord, if I do not have devotion for the Lord, what is the use of my life? This is what we learn from Srimad Bhagavatam. Whatever activity we are doing, if that activity is not helping us to come closer to Krishna, if not helping us to develop that love for Krishna, that is Shama Eva Hi Kevalam. It's simply waste of time. Right? So the same feeling Indradyumna Maharaj was having. And then one of the sadhu in his kingdom, he just spoke about that if you really want devotion to the Lord, you go to Purushottam Kshetra. In my childhood time, he was very elderly sadhu, so he told him about the same history, that in Purushottam Kshetra, there is a place, Nilachal, and there is a beautiful form of Krishna. Krishna as Neel Madhav, he is there, and there is a lake, Rohini Lake. The same incident he explained about. And he said, simply go there, have darshan of the Lord, and you will get love for Krishna. You will be delivered. So Indradyumna Maharaj, he became very happy to know about it. And he just inquired his minister that, please find out this place. We all have to go there. Just find out Neel Madhav. And so one of the minister's brother, his name was Vidyapati. So he took this responsibility. He was very dedicated to the king, and he took this responsibility that I will find out Neel Madhav. And he just went on a journey to search for Neel Madhav, and finally on his way he reached to Purushottam Kshetra. And there, when he reached, so Neel Madhav in this time, he was being served by Vishwavasu, a particular class of people known as Sabar. Sabar is one of the lower class of people. And Vishwavasu, he was serving Neel Madhav in a sacred place, in a very, it was not openly being served. And there was a kind of prediction, or so he, in his Skanda Puran, different thing is mentioned. As per Skanda Puran, it is there that Vishwavasu, he got very excited to show Nil Madhav to this Vidyapati. But other places we find different reference. That is like he was reluctant because he was aware that sometime some king will come and he will take Nil Madhav to his place. So he was not ready to show anybody to Nil Madhav. Very secretly he was doing that worship. But somehow Vidyapati got to know about it, about Nil Madhav. He could have darshan also. And later on, he just informed King Indradumna that he has seen Nil Madhav. And Indradumna Maharaj, he became very happy, and now he decided that we will go there and we'll have darshan of Nil Madhav. And he also invited Narad Muni also, because Narad Muni was there. So he said, Narad Muni, we are going to see Nil Madhav, please join us. And Narad Muni also joined. Okay, let's go and see. So they all went there, but on the way, he got to know the king of Utkal. He informed him when he met with King Indradumna Maharaj. He asked, how is going everything, how is your kingdom? So King Utkal, he informed that there was a kind of tsunami or some kind of natural calamities, and whole kingdom is devastated. Nothing is left. Even the Nil Madhav is disappeared. And King Indradumna Maharaj, he was very much disappointed with this. All the way he traveled to have darshan of Nil Madhav, and Nil Madhav was no more there. And he was fainted. Somehow he got into his consciousness, and then again he started praying. And he was worshipping Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva appeared and just instructed him that in Purushottam Kshetra, near Nilachal, when you go there, you will find Lord Nrsimhadeva, the deity of Lord Nrsimhadeva, and you do 1000 Ashwamedh Yajna, and Lord will appear in front of you. You will have darshan of Lord. So again, the whole troop, they went to Nilachal, and there Lord Nrsimhadev again started worshipping, and 1000 Ashwamedh Yajna. There also, before this also, he got to know that Nil Madhav is not nice. So many times it happened that he got the news that Lord is not there. Lord has permanently just gone from this place. So somehow Narad Muni encouraged him, no, you do this yajna, and finally Lord is merciful, he will appear and you will have darshan. So he did 1000 yajna, and when he was about to complete all these yajna, he got a dream, and in his dream he could see Lord Vishnu on Ananta Shesha and Mother Lakshmi just massaging his leg. So he just explained all these to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni told him that very soon you are going to have darshan of the Lord. This is the meaning of the dream. And just same day, some people from that village, they came and just informed Indradumna Maharaj that there is something very different, some effulgent tree which is floating on the river, and different kind of fragrances there. So Lord Indradumna Maharaj went to see there, and they could see a big tree trunk, the trunk of tree, very effulgent, having some symbols of Lord Vishnu. And Narad Muni then instructed, just guided him that this is what, just take this wood and just make a form of the Lord. So in this yuga, Krishna is going to appear in a different form. So take this wood and just find out a carpenter or sculptor who can make a beautiful form of Lord Krishna. So Indradumna Maharaj, he took the wood from that river, and he find out one carpenter, and that carpenter was not only carpenter. So many people tried, but they were failed because they were not able to even use their tools, because that was very different. So Vishwakarma himself appeared as carpenter in a very old person, and he promised that I will make the form of Lord. There is a condition. What is that condition? 15 days. I will take 15 days to carve, but in these 15 days nobody should disturb me. I will be in a room, locked room. Nobody should disturb me. I don't need anything. I will observe fasting. So don't disturb me. if anybody comes in with before that, I will stop my work and I will disappear. So Indra Maharaj, he said, okay, nobody will disturb, don't worry about it. You just do your job. And that carpenter, he started making the form using that wood, making the form of Lord. 15 days gone, every day, because Indra Maharaj was so much anxious to see the form, every day just outside of that room, he was just hearing the sound of some makings and everything. So, and on 15th day, he could not hear anything. And he was just thinking, what happened, why nothing is going on, no sound, no voice, nothing. And he could not stop himself, and he finally ordered to open the door. And when the door was opened, he could see this form. Incomplete form of Krishna. I mean, just the form we see now, Lord Jagannath, just hands are there, no legs are there, big, eyes, and just unfinished work. And Indra Maharaj, he became very unhappy. He thought, oh my God, just because of I could not have patience, and because of that, it could not be completed. And he was just very much repenting, and he was thinking that no, now I should just suicide. My life is of no use. The Lord's form could not appear in his full form. Then Narad Muni appeared, and he told Indra Maharaj, no, this is the form. In Kali Yuga, this is the form Krishna will appear. This is the complete form. This is not incomplete. And now, they calling, help me to come here. Some Swati, she is calling. I think she also can. Anyway. Yes, so Lord Narad Muni just informed him that this is complete form of Krishna. And then he told about the history that once in previous Kalpa, he was in Dwarka. And all the queens of Dwarka, they were sharing their own experiences with Krishna. That every night, whenever Krishna wake up, he always, always speaks about gopis, always remembering gopis and gopas, means all the different pastimes he did in Vrindavan. He was always absorbed in those pastimes, always thinking of Gopi, Radharani. All the queens, they were very anxious. Why? What kind of love they had for Krishna? Why Krishna is always remembering them? And Krishna never. It looks like Krishna is just physically present with us, but mentally, emotionally, he is always there in Vrindavan. He always think of the gopis. So they were very anxious to know about it. And who will tell about it? The pastimes of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. So only Rohini Mata was there. Mother Rohini was there. Krishna and Balram, they were there in Dwarka. Nobody else was knowing about the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So here, Mother Rohini, she decided, she got, okay, I will tell you about all these things. So all the queens, because they were anxious to know about, so they requested Mother Rohini, please tell us about the beautiful pastimes of Krishna. We want to know more about it. So Rohini decided that, okay, I will tell you, but there is a condition. Krishna and Balram must not hear it. Because if they hear this, about the beautiful pastimes of Krishna, they will not be able to, stop their ecstatic mood or the ecstasy. They will be in ecstasy. So somehow just stop them. They should not come here. Make it sure they should not come here when I am speaking about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. So all the queens sitting over there nearby, Mother Rohini, and Mother Rohini started speaking, and Mother Subhadra Devi, she was given the charge. She was on the gate, standing over there, holding like two hands like this, that nobody should enter this time. And Mother Rohini, she was just glorifying different beautiful pastimes, how Krishna, different mischievous activities he was doing, how he was playing with other gopis, doing Ras Leela and all different sorts of pastimes she was explaining. And when she was doing this, Subhadra, because she was at the gate and she could not stop. She was also hearing. And when she was hearing, so in a mood of ecstasy, just like a tortoise, the limbs, all the legs, hands, they just get into the body. Similarly, Mother Subhadra, her eyes was big enough, and then she was just feeling mesmerized, having that ecstasy. Her limbs was just submerging within the body. And when Krishna and Balram, they could also, they could know about it, that something is going on. Mother Rohini, she is talking about the beautiful pastimes, and they also came to the same place. And Mother Subhadra, she was anyway absorbed in that. She could not see that Krishna Balram has come. And Krishna Balram also at the door only, just putting their ears, and some of the, they started hearing about it. And at that time, Mother Rohini, she was speaking the confidential pastimes of Krishna, especially Ras Leela, beautiful, the conjugal loving relationship with other gopis. And when Krishna, especially when she started talking about Radharani, and Krishna became very ecstatic, and all the emotions and feelings, the eyes were big, and all the hands and legs got submerged within his body. And that's why we see Lord Jagannath, hand, legs, nothing is there. Just big eyes are there, with emotion. And meanwhile, Narad Muni saw that form. And Narad Muni he became very ecstatic, and he started shouting, I have seen this beautiful form, I have seen. And then Krishna just came into his consciousness, and he said, don't say anybody about this. Don't say anybody about this. Don't talk about it. But Narad Muni, he requested that, because devotees are merciful. And he said, no, this is beautiful form. Everybody should have darshan of this form. Please, give me some benediction. Or just, please be merciful about it. Then Krishna promised Narad Muni that, okay, in Kali Yuga, in Purushottam Kshetra, I will appear as Lord Jagannath. And along with me, my brother Balram, Balabhadra, and my sister Subhadra, all together we will be there. And in this form, anybody simply having darshan of this form will be delivered, will receive love of God. So, Narad Muni, just speaking about this history, just to inform Maharaj Indradyumna that this is the original form, this is the complete form of Krishna. There is nothing incomplete. This is the form Krishna wanted to appear, right? And that's why we see, so this is the form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. And also there's a pastime that, especially when it comes to Rath Yatra, actually the Rath Yatra, the first Rath Yatra happened at the time of Indradyumna Maharaj only. Another story is there, because once this deity form was there, so now he wanted to install that. So there is an installation ceremony. And who is going to do this ceremony? So Lord Brahma will do that. So Lord Brahma was supposed to do that. Narad Muni said, okay, I'm just going to invite Lord Brahma to install the deities of Lord Jagannath. And Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, he said, okay, let me also join you. Can I join you? So all together they went to Lord Brahma, invited. Another story, I'm seeing the time also, will not get into detail. But yes, in short, when Lord Indradyumna Maharaj, when he was there at Brahmaloka, because the time is different in Brahmaloka. So when he came back, already it was like one Manvantar, means 71 Chatur Yuga had already passed. But the temple he built, it was still there, and the deities were there. Somehow even Lord Brahma instructed him, just go and install. So he again instructed Vishwakarma. He made 3 cards. Like today also we see in Rath Yatra, there are 3 cards, big cards, and every year they make a new card. The card, once the yatra is finished, they will dismantle it, and again they will make new card. And who is taking the responsibility of all these, the worship and the making of the card, or the pulling the card? All these responsibilities there with the descendants of the Vasu. So the same family today also taking care of the same means the deity worship and the making the card, pulling the card, they are doing this. So in this Rath Yatra, another mood is what? Because Krishna, when he went to Dwarka, because 25 years, not even less than that, he was in Vrindavan, and when he left Vrindavan, the gopis, they were never ready for it. They were trying their best to stop Krishna. But anyway, Krishna was supposed to go, so finally, Krishna just made a promise that, okay, someday he will come back. But it never happened. Almost 100 years gone, and Krishna never returned to Vrindavan. And they were in separation, always thinking of Krishna. And somehow, when Krishna got to know about it, he sent Uddhava just to pacify all the gopis. Just go and pacify. Just tell them that I always remember. Because they were always thinking, no, Krishna forgot, Krishna never think of us. No, he is always absorbed in loving, he loves more to all the queens. He never remembers. So Uddhav just came to pacify all the gopis. And we know different pastimes, beautiful pastimes. Uddhav was so much, just so much emotion. He could see that how much love they had for Krishna. And then he said that, okay, don't worry, Krishna will be there in Kurukshetra. You all come and see him. So in Kurukshetra, he will be there so you come. So this invitation was from Uddhav's side. And Radha Rani and other gopis, they came to Kurukshetra to have darshan of Krishna. But when they came there and they see Krishna in the form of Dwarkadhish, so Krishna in Dwarka or Kurukshetra, he is in the form of Dwarkadhish, a king, a form of a king. But gopis, they were never wanted Krishna as king. They wanted Krishna as Shyam Sundar, the way he was there in Vrindavan, reciprocating with all the gopis, beautiful pastimes, leelas, dancing, or in that form. They were not liking. So they decided that no, we will take Krishna back to Vrindavan. So Rath Yatra means bringing Krishna from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So they just very forcefully, they decided that no, now we will take Krishna to Vrindavan. And this is another symbolic representation of Rath Yatra, that bringing Krishna from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So like in Orissa, you see, from temple to Gundicha Mandir. Gundicha Mandir, there is a temple, Gundicha Marjana, Gundicha temple. So that represent Vrindavan. And main temple is like Kurukshetra. So from Kurukshetra, this day, on the day of this Rath Yatra, Lord comes out in a chariot and seated in a chariot. And all the devotees, in this mood, just in the mood of a gopi, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu especially represented, in the mood of a gopi, and because he is feeling separation from Krishna, and now he wants to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. And how we should take Rath Yatra? Like this heart is Vrindavan. And we have to pull Krishna, we have to bring Krishna within our heart. And like before getting Krishna to Gundicha temple, the activity day before Yatra is Gundicha Mandir Marjanam. Cleaning of Gundicha temple, because the whole year the temple is locked. No other activity. Only when Lord Jagannath is coming to that Gundicha temple, one day before, devotees, they go and clean the temple. Right? So similarly, when we want Krishna within our heart, we have to clean it. We have to prepare our heart in such a way so Krishna should appear. So like to clean the temple, devotees use broom, they use water pot, right? Traditional pattern. So in a traditional way, they use water pot, using water and broom, they clean the temple. How we can clean our heart? Simply by chanting the holy name. Chaito Darpan Marjanam. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Simply by chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this chanting process, the purpose of this chanting the holy name is to cleanse the heart. Once the heart is cleansed, there's no lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion, then Krishna will appear. So this is the significance why this Rath Yatra? So bringing Krishna within a heart. And so many glories mentioned in scriptures about this particular pastime. It is mentioned in Skanda Puran that simply by having darshan of Lord Jagannath along with Baladev Subhadra on his chariot, anybody, even having whatever sinful background, anybody simply having darshan on the day of Rath Yatra, he will be delivered from the cycle of birth and death. So on the day of Rath Yatra, we get this opportunity, not only having darshan, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, because this yatra was only happening in Odisha, no other place in the whole world. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, it is happening throughout the world, every country. In his childhood time, he was just playing. Now, I was just talking to one lady from Bengal, and she told me that this is a practice. In Bengal, even a child, they make a cart, a small cart, and put the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and just all they do procession, and after that they offer prasadam. So the same culture Prabhupada learned in his childhood from his parents, and the same culture he established throughout the world. And the first Rath Yatra outside India he did in San Francisco. Yes, San Francisco. And such a grand festival he did, and he also renamed that country. San Francisco is known as New Jagannath Puri. Many other places Prabhupada named it. And it became such a great festival that even official holidays there. The government officially declared this Rath Yatra is a special festival, and big crowd just coming on the street and just pulling the cart, chanting and dancing, having lots of prasadam. So this procession is very officially recognized over there. This is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. In so many countries, as per calculation, every 3 days there is one Rath Yatra. Somehow, somewhere or other, it is going on. Every third day, one Rath Yatra in this world is going on by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Right? So we are so fortunate that we are having opportunity to celebrate this occasion here, Sector 45 Temple. Today is Rath Yatra. If you are aware of it, 3 o'clock. Before that, so much of preparation is there. But 3 o'clock, the Rath will start. The procession will start. Any one of you willing, just having this experience, just go have darshan and just hold the rope and pull the cart with this mood, like we discussed that. Krishna, please appear within my heart. Right? So we will close here, and like Lord Jagannath he loves to eat lots of food. In Jagannath Puri, his kitchen never stops. If you learn about so many amazing things about Lord Jagannath and Jagannath Puri, you will be amazed with. At a time, 400 chulha, what do you call it? 400. And that stove, whatever you say, the cooking, and that kitchen is never, they never close it. The cooking is continuously going on. Almost 8 times every day they are offering food. That is continuously going on. And we receive mercy of Lord Jagannath as prasadam. In Jagannath Puri, as much prasad you want to eat, you can eat. That is blessing of Lord Jagannath. So today here also, we are going to offer food to Lord Jagannath, and after that, yes, along with Kirtan, we will do this activity. Kirtan will go on, and please you all offer. And if we have flower, do we have flower petals? Okay, anyway. So whatever offering we have, this different offering, we will do that. We will keep on chanting, we'll do offering, and let's pray Lord Jagannath that somehow we have fallen in this material pool. Now, please accept and let us engage in your loving devotional service and make our life perfect. Thank you so much.
Going in.
Yes, one devotee, Rajiv Kataria Prabhu, he was very regular to our classes. I mean, his father is not well, he is hospitalized. So let's pray for him, for his speedy recovery, for his good health. And altogether 3 times we can chant the holy name and we can pray for him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. So, Radhika, where is she? Radhika, you can come. So we have Swati Bhargav, yes, she is there, yes. And somebody else joined in between. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining.
Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami, Nayan Pathgami Bhava Tumhe. Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami, Nayan Pathgami Bhava Tumhe. Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami, Nayan Pathgami Bhava Tumhe. laughter होना चाहिए, smile should be there on everybody's face. And जगन्नाथ जी, आप सबको देखो, जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें, इसका मतलब कि अपने नेत्रों के जो दायरे हैं आपके, उसमें मुझे रहने दो, हाँ, अब पलकों की छाँव में रहने दो, वो वही बना। तो चेयर साइड कर दीजिए और सभी डांस करेंगे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
Okay, so please sit down. And then, okay, let's do 5 minutes Namaste. Bhakti Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. So we pray for all of you. We pray to Sri Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra and Sri Sri Darshan to bestow His divine mercy upon all of us, so that we can engage ourselves in His loving devotional service and make our lives successful. So thank you so much you all for joining this wonderful event. Let's keep on chanting, because this is the supreme benediction in this age of Kali Yuga we have received. It's not ordinary thing, chanting the holy name. Only very rare souls, they participate in such activity, and they get eligibility to chant the holy name. So let's take this mercy of the Lord very seriously and chant every day. Hare Krishna. So next is Prashada. Please take Prashada.